Hey, this is Elena with the local musicians of the local music scene. We're going to introduce them. This is Brigand, and this is the first show that they've had in 3 years, and it was an awesome show. We're going to go down the line and introduce all of the members.
Good evening. My name is Leon Rodriguez, and I was in Brigand in 2007.
My name's Jacob Mills. I pretty much have always been in Brigand and play guitar.
I'm Julian. I play bass in Brigand.
I'm Brent, and I'm the only thing that matters. Vocals. Brad, guitars. Yeah.
I'm Red. I play drums.
Alrighty. How does it feel being back on the stage after 3 long years?
Well, it was probably more realistically like a year, maybe 2. It wasn't quite 3. But I actually have played music all my life, so it felt kind of like home, one could say.
I play in a bunch of other bands, and like I've been playing in Brigand for like almost 6 years now. Tonight was a slaughter, and I gotta appreciate all the Brigands out there, because like if it wasn't for them, that would have been nothing. Like we can, go up there and like whirl our head and play as good a music, but without the support and without the mosh pit, it's nothing. And tonight was a slaughter. So thank you guys. It was awesome.
Yeah. Feels great to be back. It's pretty much, that's all it comes down to is it feels great to be back. It's really good. We played with a lot of bands over the course of the years. A lot of them have been pretty close friends of ours. A lot of them, we sort of forgot their faces and names and all that stuff. But it's really good to be back. It's really great to have the support of all the fans that have been there through all the course of the years. And, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, speaking of being back, it's definitely good to be back in the swing of things. I had to take a break, sabbatical there, but back into it. Now we're moving on the up and up and making sure we're back to being shows and being part of the scene here and making sure that our name is prevalent in Tallahassee.
Well, it's good to have y'all back. I'm glad that y'all are back on stage. If y'all were to be sponsored by one brand that makes y'all's instrument that y'all play, what brand would that be?
Trojan condoms.
Hey. Honestly, hey, Marquee Blue Steel, if you can hear this, I play in a bunch of bands. I use up a lot of those strings. Those are $27 each. I don't want to pay that. I want to pay like $10 each. It's Marquee Blue Steel. I need those bass strings, man. Those are the only ones that sound good.
If I could have a sponsor, I would probably want either Bill Gates or I would resurrect Steve Jobs, definitely, because he's had some good ideas in the past. Outside of that, we play on Epiphones, so, that'd be cool. And, hell, Gibson would be way cool. Yeah. Gibson, fucking A.
In addition to Gibson, I would have to go with Diodario, Jim Dunlop, and let's see, what else? Crate, probably Peavy and Crate.
Peavy and Crate. Yeah, that'd be nice.
I definitely have to go with something renewable like wood, so it had to be Yamaha drums, something I could replace on the whim. If Yamaha could back me, I just call them up. I need this, give it to me, I'll be straight.
Awesome. What has stopped y'all from releasing an album up until tonight?
Pretty much we went and played music and shows and toured for like 4 years, and we're like, it'd be great if we had an album. So that's pretty much why. So we spent the remainder of these questionably 3 years recording that album.
This ain't cheap, You want to talk about, I know a bunch of bands in Miami, for example, it's like everybody's in 3-4 bands because they're playing constantly. They get paid. And, I'm getting to that point because I'm in, 5-6 bands right now. But, if you want to be in one band, you got to work overtime at 2 jobs, man. I remember I put in merch for my band because nobody else had money. I was broke for, 2 months. But you don't care, because it's all about the music and it's all about putting something out there that people love. And, it's great when you get that energy back. And I know everybody's tight on money. we try to sell merch as cheap as we can, but like, you know, it sucks because like, you know, with the internet, record labels and whatnot, it's pretty hard nowadays. And it's all about organization, and you can still do it. You can go out there and tour and balance yourself, but making a profit, you know, unless you're like somebody people love, ain't gonna happen. It takes years of work. So I say persevere and be organized. You know, cut corners, be right. But yeah, it takes a lot of cash, man.
So I really feel like it took us a long time because in general, it's kind of one of those things like you really want to put your best foot forward and you really want to make a really good album, but you don't want to just like put something out there before it's finished. So ultimately, we just kind of really wanted to be perfectionists, but not too ridiculous. And yeah, I mean perfection, but not too ridiculous. So it just took us a while, but we're done. Thank y'all.
To sum it all up, life.
Yeah,
Life happens.
Life happens, shit happens. You have to start back over sometimes. When you have a goal in mind, you just got to keep on that goal and on that same track. And if you have basically your goal in the end game, you just keep track of it and you pay attention and you want to get to that particular area of your life. And no matter what it is, you're going to get to that area, pain or no pain. So releasing the album's just going to be, you know, whenever we can, and that's where it is.
Absolutely. All right, one final question. How did y'all come up with the name Brigand?
You want to tell
All right. Really?
Actually, you should ask him. You should ask him.
I mean, honestly, I think I can pretty much sum it up.
Oh, yeah.
Ultimately, Brigand really came up with our original vocalist, Brian Williams, who is Brad's brother, who is actually not with us for this interview. But he kind of did a large part in putting us all together, and then we kind of went our separate ways as musicians. And, you know, much love to the guy. He actually joined us tonight for a throwback song that we did just for the fans, and I hope they enjoyed it. And it went very well, but I give full credit to that man for actually coming up with the name of Brigand, and frankly, we kind of took it and placed our own meaning to that, and that it's really something personal to all of us now.
I mean, Brigand, I'm not going to talk about the story because I'm going to leave that to Bradley because he tells it better than I do, but the name Brigand, we kind of took it as, you know, it means like a thief, a recreant, a person who does something outside the law for the right reasons. And I think we all identify with that because, you know, this music isn't about money. It's not about fame. It's not about being cool or anything like that. It's about, like, you know, this is who we are. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, and that's it. And anybody who has a problem with that, they can go fuck themselves. Pardon my French. But Brigand is really about standing up for what you believe in and doing what you want to do regardless of the criticism, regardless of people telling you it's not going to happen. We're still going to do it anyway because that's who we need to be. So I think it's about destiny, identity. I think it's about, you know, a calling.
Embracing being an individual.
It's embracing being an individual and a calling in life, you know.
So I don't really know of the origins of the name of Brigand, but my meaning to Brigand is someone that takes something that is unequally given to people that don't need it and redistributed to the people that actually could use it. So, like, for us, you know, our music's never been a rich man's, you know, tune. It's never been something that, you know, we're expecting a ton of people to come out and see. You know, it's just going to be for those people that feel something for it, and we're going to give something back to them because we feel rich in soul for being able to create such awesome music. So we feel like our music is something that we can give back to somebody else. So it's a redistribution of wealth to us.
So basically everyone was sort of building up what I was going to say. But quite honestly, you know, it's been an evolution. As Jacob and Julian both said, you know, the origin of the name was exactly what they just said. And quite honestly, it developed into what we want it to be, which is sort of what Brent was touching on. And you know, it really is all about that independence, carving your own path in the world, and sort of being self-sufficient. You know, we self-produced our stuff. You know, we tried to create a style of music that was just a combination, sort of like a hosh-posh of a lot of stuff that's out there. And quite honestly, that is what Brigand is creating your own self-image and producing it, backing yourself up, and being independent. And I personally think with a combination of what everything these guys said, it pretty much sums it up.
You know, I have to go with the same premise. You know, Brigand started back in the early, 1300s as smoking fish and selling to, sailors who just came by islands or whatnot. It is making what you're on. It's just surviving. And when you're making music and you enjoy making music, it doesn't matter what you feel other people are doing for you. It's whenever you present this to these people, and if they want it, they want it. If not, they can pass by, and that's the way it is. If you enjoy it, enjoy it. Don't enjoy it. But the premise of Brigand is presenting what you want, and if they don't want it, you still want it. So you still enjoy it as a person. And as a part of a Brigand, and a part of this band Brigand, we enjoy what we do no matter what we come across and what type of criticism or positive note or message we receive from people. It's still, we are Brigand, and we still are going to do what we want to do. So.
Well, this is Elena with the local music scene in Brigand, and hopefully you will check them out on Facebook and give them a like and purchase their new released album that they released tonight. And y'all have a good night.